What's good, everybody? Oh, yes, I am back. I thought I'd try something a little bit different with Zoom and just start talking about some of this content that I have been watching from in the bushes, as we say here in these YouTube streets. Now, I came across quite a disturbing live stream because I've been in these reality shows a lot lately, and just from a psychological viewpoint of what our sisters and brothers are going through psychologically and spiritually from interacting and engaging and participating in these reality shows. And one in particular who I started watching a while back, and everybody thought, this show is just going to flop. It's stale, it's boring. Nobody wants to see yet another group of black people trying to do business and improve their community. We've seen it all before, yada yada yada. But this one caught my attention and held it because I was captivated with uh, not only the couples that they chose, but um, I was just really impressed at how they put Alabama on the map in a way to let us see inside or see a different view of Alabama, some of the southern states other than Atlanta, right? Because I'm up to here with Atlanta. Um, but everybody's talking. It's buzzing, been buzzing for years. Our melody, and the millimeters. She has been through hell. And if anybody knows and is well versed on narcissistic abuse and surviving narcissists, it would be me. Um, and I really resonated with what has been happening lately with this whole thing over at Love and Marriage Huntsville in Huntsville, Alabama. And I accidentally stumbled upon this live stream about Melody and how she has been moving and trying to navigate through post divorce, name change, protecting and trying to continue to provide a healthy childhood and a healthy situation and for her children as well as herself, and keep everybody safe and out of harm's way as well. And as we all see, this has developed a life of its own on the other side of that fence. Her ex has been off the chain here lately. And I usually just stick to, you know, putting comments in chats and comments under the videos because I'm always doing a lot of stuff, but I stream a lot of content every day. When I'm working, when I'm doing stuff around the house, just like everybody else, you want that, white noise in the background. And a lot of it, I wasn't able to really jump on and discuss it because I was, multitasking, multi-focusing, trying to get to the bag, you know, building my own business again and so forth. So I listen, I'll make a, mental note. I might jot down some things, throw it around with a couple of friend girls, but I haven't really posted much yet because I've been, laying low. I'm doing my own healing, and recovery from a hell of a ride, and we'll get to that later. That's going to be more content down the line. But I just wanted to share this here live stream and do a little bit of a commentary on it because it was quite disturbing to me to listen to people like this um, just oblivious to reality and oblivious to what what seems to be oblivious to abuse and selective outrage. And what we call it, simply put in layman's terms, is it's a whole lot of hateration here in this dancery. You dig? And I'm gonna share my screen here. And we're gonna go through here because I didn't watch the whole thing. I couldn't quite stomach it all. But this is, how we do. My opinion, and for entertainment and discussion purposes only. And just to throw it out here, some of my thoughts come out in the bushes. I just think we need some straightening with some of this stuff. Uh, this is the YouTube channel. Um, and this is a person who has a lot to say about Miss Melody, of course. And it's a few things in here that really triggered me. And it never ceases to amaze me how purposefully ignorant and blind people are to blatant abuse, disrespect, derogatory behavior of people who are clearly unhinged, especially Black women. Especially Black women. We go through so much already. We are the least protected, respected, and accounted for group of demographic on the planet. And um, this was disturbing, y'all. I'm still stuck. It took me a couple of days to really digest this, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of it, right? And then we're gonna stop, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. So let's go. This is Real Talk with Lady D's channel, and I hate that I gave her a click and a view, but here we go. And I had, I was flicking from channel to channel like I regularly do. Girl, they got their panties in a bunch. You hear me?
Wow.
Yes, they do.
Wow.
Yes,
And most of it stems, and because, like I said, when I come on here, I try to pray because this right here, whether they want to believe it or not, this is my ministry, and I stand on my truth. It may not be your truth, but it's my truth, right? And we all have the right to agree to disagree. But
absolutely.
When I came on here, I was praying and I was saying, why is all this stuff is just spinning out of control, and it's just, seems like, if you got the pictures and videos says 1,000 words, right? It does not even need you to even open your mouth. It speaks for itself, right?
Okay, so right here, they're getting to the latest videos that were released by, you know, uh, ex husband, right? And it was of Melody. She had to step out of character and get with him about her money and about just letting her go to move on. Now, this is where they're going to get into how pictures and videos say 1,000 words, speak, volumes, whatever, and just listen to the ignorance of this particular uh, host of this stream. And I'm just gonna keep it real. You know, from just logic and common sense. That's my thing. Logic and common sense. And my grandmother used to always say, if you have a good memory, you don't know. I'm sorry, you don't need a good memory if you're telling the truth. And usually, if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. And the pick Misha energy in this live stream, it's quite disturbing. So let's go.
right?
It's self-explanatory.
Yes. So
Right.
the reason why all this stuff is like it is, and they wanted to spin it into that narrative because money is under the table. That's the only thing that I can see.
Their money ain't gonna change. I mean, they're gonna get their clicks and their subscriptions regardless. As long as they riding up under her skirt, they will get the clicks.
That's it.
Yep.
And that's the reason why they're fighting so hard. I see Miss Lily says pictures and videos can be open to interpretation. Not really. It can be, but like I said, if it's an orange, it's an orange. If it's apple, it's apple. We're gonna call it as it is. It's just because we have favoritism for certain people. Because I remember watching this channel, this blogger, and like I said, she's very, to me, she's very conservative, and I just don't understand why. It looked like she's favoring on one side because she looked like whatever she came on this platform with, she came before YouTube. So YouTube really is not paying her. She already had money, look like it,
Okay.
And when I saw one day a girl came on her platform because she went to Melanie and Carlos King podcast in Huntsville, and she also paid a visit at the Scott's, restaurant. They a bar, right? Their lounge.
Okay.
And they was asking, was it clean, and how was it? And she couldn't say nothing bad about it.
Okay.
I mean, she's saying, I really can't say too much bad about it. And she's talking about Miss Wanda. And she said, Miss Wanda, she's a totally different person from off the camera. She's very sweet,
Yeah.
And they was trying to find something. It was like they was picking to find something, bad. So finally, let me go ahead and say this right quick. So finally, she said that, well, it had crumbs at the bar. Oh, they took them crumbs at the bar and they spend it as if this man's had a dirty, restaurant or whatever that is. He call it black. Tell me how people could take something and just go ahead and spin it.
Well, they are fans of Melodies. They cannot support the Scots in a positive manner. They can only support her. They only see one side. They're only going to see one side. That's why this young lady that said pictures and videos can be open to interpretation. I don't think so. The pictures and the videos speak for themselves. They are telling a truth. But if her fans are going to always see something different or try to spin it in her favor, they are one side. They are biased.
Absolutely.
I see the truth.
That's it. Can you hear me real good? I'm having mic problems. There's some kind of loud sound that's in my ear. Now the buzzing sound is off. You can hear me now?
I can hear you clear.
Okay, good. Yeah, go ahead and finish talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not biased. I don't have a fan on the show. I like the show. And in fact, I lean towards the cast more so than one person. That's just not my personality to idolize or worship one person. It just don't work for me.
Absolutely.
I see wrong where it's wrong, and I see right where it's right. I'm not going to put a wrong and make it a right.
Yes. Can you see what Miss Lily is saying? She's saying logical speak. You can go ahead and read it.
She says logical speaks. I guess she means I'm biased. All you do is leave negative posts about Melody on people's comment sections. It comes across bitter. I'm not bitter. I leave a post based on what I see. If it happens to be negative towards Melody, which most of the time it is, it's because that's what I see.
Absolutely.
I see her business acumen. I see that she's a marketing genius. I see that she's a very lovely young lady. It's her personality and how she treats others. I don't know if Lily can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
How she interacts with others, how she interacts with her fans, sicking them on people, having them dog out the rest of the cast, encouraging them to do that is what turns me off about her.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cute. I don't like it. And I'm not going to say I do because she was cheated on. I think it's very mean and nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It says if you for the show, you should be able to give negative and positive comments about all castmates.
Okay. This is where I have a problem. Melody Cherie Rogers is not encouraging anybody to do anything but live their truth, speak their truth, and walk away from abuse. Get out in any way, shape, form you can. This is where a lot of I see our black women, they give their power away so easily without even understanding subconsciously what is going on in their psyche, in their brain. Melody cannot control what her followers and supporters and fans do, what they say, if they agree or disagree. Melody is doing what her purpose is to do. She's clearly stated, when God speaks to me and drops it in my spirit, that's how I move. Clearly, she stated God is her source. Many, many, many times. She's about empowerment, about finding your purpose, about living your dreams, setting goals, and being successful. Okay. So let's keep going. I was double muted earlier. I'm just over here just talking to the mute button. Let's go.
I am 100% for the show. I like the show. But where I see negative, I'm going to speak on the negative. Where I see positive, I'm going to speak on the positive. You don't like my comments because they don't align with yours.
Absolutely.
I can't say what I want to say. I don't
Yeah.
care about how you feel, Lily. I don't care about how you feel about my comments. They are
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
comments belong to me. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You don't have to like it. That's your privilege.
And we all have a right to agree to disagree, you know.
You don't like my comments, you know, so be it.
That's it.
I
That's
may
it.
not like your comment, but I'm not going to tell you I don't like your comment.
Yes.
You can have
She said, I don't like your comment because they have a nasty undertone. But people gonna say whatever they want to say because they already have their mind set. And when you have your mind set, no one can sweat. Now,
right.
you know, when the show first started, you know, we really liked it melody. You know, we liked it, the entire cast. But the reason why, you know, I cannot, you know, even like melody anymore. And I'm team right, but because the way that she took this show to a very, very dark place, and they cannot see it. And like I said, you know.
Okay. Now, this is another piece that really bothered me in my spirit. Okay, because Melody decided to make a plan and exit a very toxic situation, suddenly she has taken the show into a very dark place, a dark position or dark space or whatever. How? I don't get it. I'm really trying to understand how Melody has so much power to drive the show into a ditch. And I'm just paraphrasing, all by herself. She's got this omnipotent power to drive the show, a reality show. The cast, the followers, the supporters, the fans just drove it over into a negative space all by herself. I'm lost, you know. And if I'm missing something, you know, everybody says perception is your version of reality. But I'm about facts and I'm about calling it as I see it. And, you know, if this particular content creator is about seeing what's right and wrong is wrong, then how did we just skip over the fact that these people who have been gang stalking Melody for years passively, aggressively harassing her, attacking her children, attacking her. She's recently been doxxed by her ex, um, spreading rumors, feeding into those rumors, trying to sabotage her brand overall. Yet somehow it's all Melody's fault that the show took the turn that it has. Okay, let's go.
This show was all about, ensemble cast coming together, building up their community,
Mm-hmm.
and she made it all about her. And the thing about it that people fail to see is that Melody, she put her own business on social media, because even the executive producer, and
Mm-hmm.
Hollis King, they all were shocked because they knew the business, but they wanted at least to get familiar with the people. We couldn't even get familiar with the cast because it was all about the hosts.
Right. The young lady says she didn't like my comments because they have a nasty undertone.
Yes.
Oh, I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I say, all that right there, these people, like I say, the truth is going to come out because we already talked about it. This right here is what I call the age of Aquarians,
Right.
where nothing is going to everything is going to be uncovered. Nothing going to be covered. Everything is going to be exposed.
Right.
And whatever you did in the dark is going to come into the light. And when it comes,
And that's what's happening now. Uh, Melody's ex has done a lot in the dark, and it is now coming to light. And she has taken the necessary steps to protect her family by any means necessary. And all those that have been involved in the quest to destroy this woman and take away the only sane, lucid parent that their children have are being exposed as well. So I'm still trying to understand, how is this Melody's responsibility for the whole entire situation going into a dark space? How did she drive it there? Let's go. Let's listen.
to the show, this is the only show that I know of. I don't know about you, Logical Speak, but this is the only show that I know that they have taken it to a very, very low gutter place because they made it all about themselves, and the fans were so involved in this cast where they thought they knew these people, personal. Like I said, most of this stuff that these people are showing, they only show a snippet. These people are not showing their entire life.
And you do understand how a reality show works. There has to be some editing because they only have a certain amount of time, a slotted amount of time to produce this show, and they have to edit a lot of it out. And the whole idea is to display reality. So they have producers to help put all these pieces together of these couples on the cast to give them a snippet inside of their reality, the projects they're working on, their family dynamics, their friendship, their business network, um, all of that, their personal goals, their educational goal, whatever they choose to show on camera in a realistic sense. This is just really basic, y'all. And this is why I'm so disturbed, because everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? But when you cannot comprehend what reality show, the point of a reality show, and the reason why that show has been aired, created and aired for viewers to watch, people want to see the real, right? The real of what's going on. And Melody wasn't the only one showcased. Okay. They just happened to be already go-getters. They were already at the top of their game when they pitched the show professionally. Their marriage was already on the rocks prior to filming the show. This is how I know a lot of people who say they watch the show, they follow the show, they look at these things, they watch all this content, then they want to do these live streams like this. They not really watching to really understand what's going on and see how the storyline is unfolding and comprehend what's really going on. They see, okay, this person ruined their fantasy of how in their own mind they wanted things to turn out. Melody dropped dead weight. Okay. She just cut the string off of that dead weight, and now she's a rising star. She elevated her game. She bossed the hell up and decided, I'm not gonna let you drag me down to nothing just for the sake of appearance, for popularity. A lot of people do that. They will, pardon me, they'll begin to despise you because they can no longer control you. And that's exactly what's happening here with Miss Melody. And then those who flip and hop the fence, and now all of a sudden they decide they don't like Miss Melody because they themselves don't really realize they have a mind of the oppressed, male identified, low level, mutated mentality, basic generic hood booger thought process. It's astounding to me that there are still a small part of the population who don't have the mechanism to see that abuse is abuse. And just because you might not agree with the steps I took doesn't mean it's wrong to take the steps I took to maintain my mental health, my financial health, and the protection and safety of my children. This man single-handedly ruined his family. Okay? Nobody gave him a script and told him to go out and have a bunch of affairs and sleep around and be a a man thought box. Nobody gave him the blueprint of how to totally jack up his entire family. And I'm just astounded at these women sitting here talking about how Melody is somehow the villain. Let's go. Let's continue.
And it's like now, the show to me is like garbage. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it has from season 1, episode 1, the show took a negative turn towards infidelity, cheating, lying. When it didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
It's focused.
Now, Melody said herself right on the show that she didn't recognize infidelity in her marriage until the Scots were introduced into the social circle, the friendship circle, until little Buddy started hanging out with the Scots, Tisha and Marho. There was no infidelity in her marriage that she knew of at that point. So, if the show took a dark turn, how is it Melody's fault when there's rumors after rumors, allegations after allegations of Marho getting caught here and there practicing infidelity? He just didn't get put on blast as loudly as Hotel Little Buddy did. He was a little bit more crafty, and he has a wife that's not white all the way screwed in. You know, the light bulb works, but I don't think it's always screwed into the socket. Let's go.
On business. They could have focused on them being nice to each other, polite to each other, but it took a nasty tone.
Yes. And
She
Mr. Lee said, hold on, does Melody write people's scripts, edit other people's scene? You reaching Lady D? No, 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 I'm not. Melody made it all about herself. Melody started poking in people's business because her marriage was toxic.
This is another thing that really bothers me about women like this. These male identified, scallywag, wannabe, coattail ride, clout chasing type of females. Melody was minding her business and drinking her water, just like a lot of us do. And she decided to start making boss moves, brand herself so that she could be her own boss and expand her legacy for her children and their children. And little buddy decided he wanted to let that gas his head up enough to say, well, I can do what I want to do because my wife won't give me what I want. See, this is how a lot of Black people cut off their nose to spite their face. When you're already winning and you're already blessed and you already have the blueprint to success and you're climbing up that ladder, working, putting in the work, getting it out the mud, and then you are placed on a platform to reach more people and touch more lives. He, little buddy decided he wanted to spread his success around and take care of side chicks and birds and cluckers and bench warmers with his wife's hard-earned money. So if the storyline took a shift, it's because of her ex-husband who did it, not Melody. And anybody that's been treated the way Melody has, I would expect them to have several days where they're not in their best character or shared in their best light. That's why it's called reality TV. What are we supposed to do when someone's abusing you? You're supposed to continue to smile just because there's cameras there. You pretend like nothing happened just because there's cameras there. You pretend like everything's a-okay just because there's cameras there. And this was her marriage, her life, her children, the birth of her children, her businesses. She had to start all the way from ground zero. And how dare you minimize and dismiss and diminish the hard work, the sacrifice, the pain, the struggle, the tears, the sleepless nights, the loss of appetite of this woman who is the mother of 4 children, to say that it's all Melody's fault because the show took a turn for the worse in their opinion. I'm astounded. I don't know about anybody else who hears this or who have heard it. I don't know. This is could be why there at the time that I pulled this up, there was only like 12 views on it. I don't know how this particular channel has 4,000 subscribers. None of my business. But if the rest of the content on this channel is like this, I'm scared. I'm very, very nervous because these are people who, we stand in line next to in the supermarket. These are people who are delivering our groceries to us. These are people who are sitting on the other side of the phone when we call in to customer service to pay a utility bill. These are everyday people here on YouTube streaming and sharing their thoughts and opinions. Okay, this could be anybody. This could be your neighbor, anybody. And it's really unsettling to my spirit to see the unevolved mindset of Black women like this to be so jealous and insecure in themselves, in their own spirit, to be coming for This woman who is living her purpose through God. Okay, and you notice this particular content creator said that she prayed. She prayed and asked God to show her the truth of the light about any situation that, okay, let's go.
Melody could have focused on her and talk about the business, but Melody made it about herself. Everyone that came encountered with Melody, it's like Melody had a problem with that person, and you all are saying, "Oh no, they are jealous." Not everybody is jealous of Mel, because every last one of them that's on this show showing their life, they wants to get paid just like everybody else. So, Melody, nobody is Melody jealous of Melody. And besides, who wants Melody life? Nobody wants to go through the hell that.
Everybody want Melody life right now because she's making her own money. She has quadrupled, if not more, her income since she left her husband, ex-husband alone. She has healed, she's healing, she's evolved from being oppressed, abused, disrespected, walked all over. He stolen money from her, threatened her multiple times, stalked her, harassed her, spread rumors about her, embarrassed her publicly. What more do you want else do you want the woman to take? That's why she came and pitched the show, because she wanted people to see the reality unfold of her life, her success in business, share her struggles through growing her business and her empire. Of course, people want her life now. I want Melody's life now. I want to work that hard and be able to get to that point like Melody has been doing, you know? And she wants to show you that anybody can do it if you put your mind to it, put God first, or whatever your source is, put your spiritual life first, your higher power first, and the sky is the limit. She broke through the glass ceiling of misogyny. She broke through the glass ceiling of narcissistic abuse and gaslighting and mental and financial abuse and neglect. This is what I'm talking about when I say I don't like dealing with basic motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? I'm very selective with who I commune with and who I share things with. And as you get older, you should become wiser through the lessons in life that you learn. This makes me wonder where people are when they're watching these shows. Are they under a rock? Are they isolated? Do they not have any outside human interactions other than live streaming reality shows and watching type of content, secondhand, taking in this stuff? Have they lived anything, any life struggles? Did they learn anything from their own personal struggles in life? This is very scary because some of these women have children of their own. We're gonna get to that later, Wander. But I wanted to jump in on this because, like I said, I've been watching from the bushes. Like I said, here and there, I hop on and I'll, throw my 2 cents in here and there. But I really just wanted to bring another perspective and throw my voice out there too with this because I relate so much to Melody, just a different dynamic. I had a very narcissistic mother, and throughout life, I had a lot of the same struggles Melody had with the gang stalking, the mudslinging, the character assassination, the sabotage of your projects, your goals, your aspirations are sabotaged because people are jealous, because the narcissists and flying monkeys in your cipher do not want you to see you supersede their stereotypes, their labels, the box that they shove you into. They need a scapegoat. They need an emotional punching bag. And whenever you say no to that, you lose a whole lot of fair weather friends. And to be a black woman in 2024, still talking about melody is the problem in a narcissistic situation that is this dangerous and volatile, it really raises a huge red flag as to what happened to you to make you think that somehow Melody should hold the bag on this let's go. Let's continue.
that was going on in that house, because like I said, at the end of the day, the only ones that's going to get hurt, and that's the kids. But try to get this back on track, and we can go ahead and open up the panel. You guys welcome to come on after me and Elijah, you know, at least, you know, say what we have to say, you know. But I open it up because I want you to see, when it comes to Miss Marlene. And you know, Miss Marlene, you know, she's gonna ride and die for her child. Who wouldn't, right, Lige?
Of course, that's her son.
But what stuck out to me is when Miss Marlene was talking to her son, and she said, you know, I was afraid that Melody was going to unalive my son, you know, how, you know, she was treating him. And that right there, that part stuck out. You know, what are your thoughts about that? Because, you know, certain things we don't make commentary on, you know, but anything that Martell do, you know, we want to make sure that the world knows.
Right. Miss Marlene was supposed to speak up for her son, support her son. Now, I said that to say this. When your son is doing wrong, you're supposed to tell him, oh no, son, that was wrong, like she did. She did
Mm-hmm.
tell Martell that he should not be cheating. He should respect his wife and keep his family whole. She did tell him that. She didn't tell him, oh yeah, you can have your wife and you can have your side woman too.
Now, Miss Marlene has flip flopped back and forth with her son throughout this whole journey of him cheating. On one hand, she, oh, what you need counseling for? What's the matter with you? You ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay. When she first found out, she was disappointed, she was hurt, and all of this. Now it's back to, well, I was wondering there for a while, what was Melody trying to unalive my son with all the hard work? That's what a family is. You're outnumbered. You have four children and two parents. That's what the hell you signed up for, was to take care of these children, provide for them, lay down the foundation so they can segue and grow into adulthood and be self-sufficient, productive, successful, black, excellent children growing into adults. Okay. That's what he signed up for. And he decided to split himself in more directions that he could handle by adding on a side damn chick, another girlfriend, because he couldn't get his way with Melody and get her to bow down and bow and scrape to him when she's already putting in double time work to build all that they had at the point to where when he got caught, when he exposed himself. Okay. So let's continue.
She told
Mm-hmm.
him to be good to your wife, be good to your children, and don't cheat. Legally says logical speaks because someone has said you're bitter in your comments does not mean they are pro male. Girl, I don't care what you say about me being bitter. I know
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and we'll get to the comments later. Let's go ahead and finish with what we was talking about here.
Okay.
So and that's why I went ahead and played that part, because one thing when it comes to Miss Marlene, we know from that show she's going to tell it like it is, and she's not a person that if her son is did wrong, she's
No, she's not going to tell it like it is because she called Melody lazy.
going to call her son out. Because I remember when she had told Melody, "You're going to always be a part of my life." You remember when
She
Miss
did say
Marlene had said that?
she did. She
Yeah,
called
you're gonna always be a part of my life. And even when
her daughter.
Melody and Martell was going to court, even Martell had got on his mom and say, "Mom, you're supposed to be sticking up for me." No, your mom say, "No, I'm gonna stand up for the right. You know, I'm not gonna go on that stand and try to purge it myself. You know."
Right, she absolutely did.
So, like I said, is a lot of stuff that is a feedback in your mic. I could hear myself.
Wow. I can't hear anything. I mean, I can't hear any feedback.
Oh, it's say some again.
I don't hear it.
Okay, it's kind of clear now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, when you watch when we finish with the live, just go ahead and watch the and you can hear it too. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, getting back with her. So that's why, I wanted to go ahead and play that little small clip of her because, she talked about it, and the thing about it, we didn't know what she was saying because they all knew what was going on in that house. They knew that that house was toxic.
Yeah, they knew.
Yes, they knew that
It's
that house was
time and
toxic.
parents know. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, yes. So let's go ahead and play.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a little bit more here.
Okay.
That's a little bit too.
I know it could be like seen as like taunting, but like here's the thing. You could taunt somebody. It's kind of like, how our siblings used to do us back in the day, and they put their finger, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. Yeah. That still don't give me the right to strike. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So let's go ahead and stop right there. I see Miss Behaviors in the house. I'm gonna drop the mic for her to see if she want to come on. Do you know Miss Behave?
Oh yeah, I go to her channel all the time.
Okay. If you want to come on, Miss Behave, you are welcome to come on. Yes, indeed. This is going.
Commentary.
Yes, I love her commentary. Yes, guys, make sure you go check out Miss Behave channel, Unapologetic as well. She's going to stand on the truth. If you want to come on, Miss Behave, you are welcome to come on. Yes, indeed. So let me go ahead and get out this right here. Yeah, so I wanted you to see the part where Tasha K had said, you don't put your hands on no one.
Absolutely.
And see, a lot of people, they wants to say that Martell, he's the abuser, but still of all, you don't put your hands on no one.
Martell is an abuser, and he has put his hands on his side chick, and we're not sure. Melody said he never touched her, but I want to say that he did. He could have possibly touched her because the way that he jump up in women's faces, the way that he has so much energy and can flex and puff up his chest at a woman and no respect a person either. Her mother, her colleagues. He has screamed on Miss Nell. He has screamed on several people, you know, and he don't have that type of energy for the men on the show. We all know the rest of the men ain't really all that anyway. They some punks too. However, you don't see him flex on men half as bad as he does with Miss Melody and women. Okay.
Absolutely. It's not right either way. Whether it's a female putting her hands on a man or a man putting his hands on a woman, it's not right. There is no justification for that. If she was angry with him, she could have took it to the courts. Where it's supposed to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She did take it to the courts. She took it to the court and she divorced his ass. What else do you want her to do? And after he started to get even more gutter with it, Melody said it. When you go low, I'm go to hell. And that's the he Martell Hotel whole hopping thought box took it there. And I'm just like Melody. I'm a Virgo though. You go low, I'm gonna take it to hell. Okay? Because I've had enough. I left you alone. I moved the hell on. I'm doing me. I'm unbothered. I'm living my life as I should be and taking care of my little babies, making sure they're okay, making sure they understand what's happening so that they're not confused, lost, and go into the darkness like they daddy did. Okay. So that you can have a bright, beautiful future and live your dreams and aspirations, whether we all live in the same home or not. I'm going to be here as your mother and I'm going to guide you through this step by step as any dedicated, good, healthy, of sound mind mother would do.
Starbucks says, "Welcome everyone to Real Talk with Lady D." Hey, Star.
Hey, Star.
Yes, indeed. But
uh,
girl, yes, but getting back to what I was saying is that I don't see how they can justify it. And when I saw one of the content creators, they went ahead and they put "Surviving Martell." If Martell did anything, I promise you, just in my Nene Leakes voice, it's not caught on camera.
right.
Mel-
It's caught on camera on the show. This is another indicator to me that you couldn't possibly have been watching the show because Martell has been stalking Melody. He has been threatening her. He has been sending his own little minions to threaten her and harass her and stalk her, make fake pages and this and that. Melody is not thinking of Stutton Hotel, little buddy. Melody does not want anything to do with him, as she should. This is the appropriate response to abuse. And this is another reason why I wanted to do this because it just bothers me whenever a woman decides to leave her abuser and successfully do so and thrive afterwards. If it's not jealousy written all over this, content creators, commentary, and the people who support this weird, strange, dangerous, unhinged ninja, then I don't know what is. Nothing else makes sense other than the fact that I see her, she left. How did she do it? No different than Tisha, dingbat. Well, what gave you the strength to want to leave? Because I don't want to deal with this shit. That's what. I'm better than this. I deserve more. And why is it always the woman who knows her worth and discovers her worth and empowers herself through only the help of God? Because nobody else was trying to help her. Okay. Nobody else but her mother and her family were there for her when she hit rock bottom and she was disallowed to take her own belongings and start over. Sabotage. Okay. This is why I say I can't deal with basic motherfuckers. Let's go.
all of this stuff is caught on camera, and I'm pretty sure because I was in a group this when that was this morning, and they were saying that the DA is going to pick up.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up that Melody is going to get a charge. They're gonna pick up that. That's going to be a felony.
Well, I'm going to go by what Melody has said openly and on air. Martell has never abused her. I mean, I hear
Absolutely.
fans saying that they believe that he has been abusive to her, but I'm going to go by what she said when she was asked by Dr. Heavenly, has Martell ever abused you? She said no. So I'm going to go with that. I believe she was telling the truth.
Yes, because even Dr. Jackie had said you look like the type. Not Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heaven said you look like the type. And I mean, it's like she was wearing that proudly. If
Yeah,
someone would say I look like an abuser,
Anytime somebody come for me, whether it be physically or threaten my well-being, I'm gonna defend myself. I don't care how it looks on camera. I don't care how if you catch me defending myself from somebody who has been abusing me long term, it's just gonna have to look the way that it looked. Okay. And whoever you want to say it's up for interpretation. And if you are that basic and slow that you cannot put in context why Melody was doing what she was doing, and she's clearly said it, give me my coin back, transfer that back into the account. We supposed to split this. Stop acting like you're innocent. If you didn't pick up on that, then I know you're not watching. You're not paying attention. You just want to be a hater. You just want to have a reason to dislike this beautiful, brilliant, exciting, star-studded woman who has built herself back up from the ground. Let's go.
look like I will fight, and I know that this is my brand. No,
right.
I would deny it, but it looked like she was happy to take
Oh,
that
yeah.
title.
Yeah, she was
It's
eating
like,
that up. She was eating that
yeah,
up. That she was physically abusive to him, and she was like, girl, Martell wanted to do something to her or hurt her, she would be no problem. He could knock her out with one blow. But he's more of a man
Absolutely.
than that. Because I'm pretty sure his mama raised him not to put his hands on a woman.
That's it.
Just like he's most likely raising his son. Don't put your hands on a woman. He said that he did try to hold her hands to keep her from hitting him, but he never struck her. And I believe it.
Well, we only can go by what Melody said, and I do not believe that Melody, if she said that Martell put his hands on her, she's going to come out and say it because she needs some
Right.
type of storyline. And that would have been a storyline right there where she won't have to be doing all the stuff that she's doing now, all the extra stuff. All she had to do is just come out and say she was abused, and
She did. She did. She came out and said she was being abused. Her husband at the time was cheating on her chronically, not just with one, but with multiple, spending their marital income from their businesses that they created together on other women. That is abuse. Okay. She did come out and say she was abused. She gave him ample opportunity to stop abusing her and her children and their children. And he refused to stop. And he campaigned his side chick to do the same thing. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean by basic motherfuckers, y'all. Okay, pay attention to this male identified shit here.
can be the face of domestic, whatever,
Well, she didn't have
But
no
she never came out and said anything like
she
that.
didn't have no problem coming out saying that she beat his ASS. She didn't have no
No,
problem saying it. I
no, not at all.
beat your ASS. She didn't have no problem. I mean, that came out fluidly. Everybody heard her. She didn't
Absolutely.
say that she put her hands on him.
Yeah. So why would she sit there and throw herself under the bus and
Right,
say she beat his, you know what? But
right.
yet she never said what he did to her because he
No,
didn't do nothing to her. He
absolutely,
said he would never. Martell said he would never.
You hear this? Y'all heard it. He didn't do nothing to her. So if that's the case, why are they not still married? Duh. If he didn't do anything to her, why did she have to hire more security? Why did she have to get a lawyer involved? Why did she swear out a warrant on him passing around their personal, private, marital, conjugal interactions for anybody to see it? Why has this side chick admitted to having copies of said video? Why is he sending screenshots of said video to Melody, threatening her to stop, quote unquote, bullying him? And Melody does not mention Lil Buddy. Melody does not focus on Lil Buddy, which is what happens when a narcissist is discarded by their target, by their narcissistic supply. This is why we have to be very careful who we allow to teach our children when they go to school, if you homeschool. I wonder what type of female influence this particular content creator had in her life growing up to get her to the point of this type of delusion to think that Melody is somehow the villain and invited this type of energy into her life for her children. Beyond me. And the reason why I resonate so well with this is because I have a family member, a sibling who acts just like Tisha, a little bit like Kimmy, and a lot like Martell. Same thing, just on a smaller scale. I'm not famous. I'm not, I don't have a multi-million dollar company yet. And I'm not talented in the areas that Melody is talented in. So, but still, you know, between that family member and myself, I had things going on and this particular person did not. And as we grew older as siblings and I started to live my life, mind my business, stay in my fucking lane and drink my water, This particular sibling became more and more damaging and dangerous to the brand that I was building in my life with my children for my family at the time. And it was ongoing. It did not stop until I had to put it on the table that we might have to get the courts involved. Might have to call them boys. Okay. So let's go. Let's see what else we got here with this basic shit.
Put his hands on a woman.
I believe him. And I
I
believe
believe him. I believe him.
said it. Oh, Martell pulled me by my hair. Oh, Martell knocked me down. Oh, he slapped me in my face. She's never said none of that.
Yes.
Because it never happened.
And like I said, guys, we only can go by of what they put out. So nobody can get mad. Nobody cannot get mad. I cannot tell you nothing but what they put out. If they put it out, they air it out, they are free game. Melody.
But you're not telling what they put out. You're putting your own opinion and perspective on what the show has displayed for all of us to see. We're all looking at the same people. We all looking at the same show. And I'm wondering where the hell you were and what happened to your ears and the distance between the speakers and your ears. Where was all this lost in translation? That's all I'm saying. How did you get a different conclusion to what's really going on?
She told on Dr. Heavenly platform that she was the one that, pretty much in so many words, no, she ain't gonna sit there and let nobody hit her. Didn't she say that?
Yeah, absolutely. She said
I got the video. I'm not gonna play it, because but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
But she did say it.
She said she's not gonna let nobody. And that's when Miss Heavenly say, "Oh, you a scorpion. I know you sitting there, you putting your hands," and how she got all buffed up. So
What?
she sitting there, she done threw her own self under the bus.
She was eating that up, honey. When
Yes, not knowing it was gonna bite her at the end of the day.
she was so proud of that. In other words,
Absolutely.
she put her hands on him. That ain't cute. That's not cute. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Did anybody hear that? This book dancing, shuffling, yassa massa mentality. Oh, she would eat that up. You seen her? She was laughing. Okay, as a professional doing an interview with someone, sometimes you have nervous laughter or you just giggle at the little, sarcasm or the what do they call wittiness of the interviewer. What was said was uh Dr. Heavenly said, it looks like you'll slap the shit out of somebody. You're a scorpion. Melody laughed at that. So how do you interpret, how does that translate into Melody eating it up? She was proud of it. And she somehow threw herself under the bus by admitting, yeah, you cheated on me, you got caught. That's why I beat your ass that one time too. Okay. Let's keep it in context. This is why mental health is important. This is why it's very, very, very highly recommended that if you are in an abusive relationship and you are able to remove yourself and your children from it, if there's any children involved, to heal, get professional help. Okay, because I don't know the personal status or relationship status of this particular content creator. I really don't care. I don't want to know, but it's very telling how this person, this Black woman, can put all the responsibility on the woman and very little, if any, on the buddy or the ex-husband, on this monster that we see unveiling right before our eyes. Let's continue.
Misbehavior, you want to come on? You are welcome to come on. I went ahead and dropped the link. Yeah. But this right here, and for them to say surviving Martell, and now they're all upset, saying that all this right here have backfired on Martell. The only ones that's saying it have backfired on Martell and these bloggers that's going hard for Melody. I don't see nobody else is saying everything had favored Melody. How is something gonna favor Melody when we showing Melody trying to light up this man's house with that lighter fluid and hitting this man?
That was her house too. Okay, she paid for that house. Martell don't have no money. He never had no money. He didn't work for nothing. He did the bare minimum as a husband, a father, a friend, a confidant. He never protected her out of her own mouth. She did not feel protected, respected, valued, which is why they created the word divorce. Okay. You were supposed to go where the love is, not stay and suffer in silence. Okay. Let's go.
With a bat and golf clubs and I mean doing some stuff. So how is that going to favor Melody? Make it make sense.
I have no idea. And the strange part about it, they feel like nobody should support Martell. Martell shouldn't have no support. Well, I got no.
Martell don't deserve no support. This idiot, this walking, talking oxymoron deserves zero support. Zero. Stop enabling and pacifying these abusive, manipulative, lying males because he's far from a man. No, Martell does not deserve any support, especially for what he has done to his own children. This is really disturbing because I don't know, again, I don't know if this content creator has children, if she is related to any children, or has even had access to be around children to understand how this can take a toll on their little psyche, how it can confuse them, how it can turn them into the very same type of monster that their father is. Hmm? Because Martell did not have a father figure in his life. Martell grew up witnessing abuse and disrespect and, you know, flaky, uh, narcissistic tendencies in his mammy's boyfriends, her shacking up with men that were not their father, and just allowing him to act like there's a revolving door in their home. Well, when you leave, you're gone, and then when I get lonely, or you come back whenever as you please. There were no boundaries there. There was no established boundaries of this is what the deal breakers are, nigga, and you're not gonna be coming in and out, up and down, using me for your personal receptacle, spiritual and sexual receptacle. Either we're going to build a life together and raise these children collectively, or you can get to stepping and find somebody else to use as a springboard and a catalyst for your nonsense and lack of commitment and personal accountability. Let's go.
Martell got a whole lot of support. It's just a whole lot of people that are not going to speak up because they don't want to get ate up by her fans. I don't care what they say about me.
Yeah, it's just this sector that's going to say that. And the reason why they're going to say that because of the clicks and the likes. Like I said, don't come on here and click and like if you think that I'm going to go ahead and tickle your ears.
Yeah, because
and here, like I said, we're going to call it as it is. You air it out, you are free game. And this is what Star said men are known for putting their hands on women all the time. It's interesting how the tables have turned because the Most High God is exposing them. What God is doing right now, he's bringing them to open shame because this Me Too movement have gotten us so messed up. And like I said, I am a woman, but I know, trust me, we could do some things. And soon the minute we don't have our way, we want to cry foul.
Yeah, women can be as physically abusive as men, especially now, as men can be. And men are ashamed to say that they're a woman. Mm-hmm. A lot of men are ashamed to say it. They'll take that beating or take that cursing out of them scratches or glasses and brooms being thrown at them. And they might tell their good buddy, but they're not going to put it out on the open air.
And we're talking about hotel, motel, Holiday Inn over here with a bunch of side chicks who is a Rolling Stone spreading his toxic seed around, forcing his side chick to eliminate live pregnancies. Okay. If he was abused, it would have came out immediately. Okay. He would have said something way back when the divorce proceedings first began. All right. He was grasping at straws about, oh, she cheated too. The Me Too movement. Martell was trying to Me Too movement Melody. Oh, you did too. You cheated too. Everything she did to try to get away from him, he tried to weaponize it and flip the script. Now, too much, too little, too late, little buddy. You should have put this on the table in the beginning before the divorce was final and put that in the custody. If you were abused and beat up so bad and Melody was so horrible to you, why didn't you say that when the chips were on the table and it was up for discussion? Why do you wait 3 years later to say, oh, now all of a sudden you being abused? Get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
On the internet, they got beat up by a woman. No, it's too embarrassing.
Yeah. And Star says she's team woman all day, right or wrong. Well, like I said, not maybe back then in Star era. So I'm going to give Star. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a pass, okay?
Well, I know I'm older than Star. I know I'm 67. We'll
Hey, my girl, misbehave. How are you doing, girl?
I'm doing fine. Hi, Miss Lady D. Hi, Logical.
Hello.
And I think it was Starbucks Lover. Now, ladies, I am on my cell phone and I may have to mute because I'm with my son.
Okay.
But I am so glad Nicole came and left a comment in my left your channel, the name of your channel, Miss Lady D. Oh, I love y'all both and all three of you. You two ladies.
we love
And
you.
what and
Shout
Miss
out to
Judy had me.
Nicole. Shout out to Nicole. Thank you, Nicole.
And Miss Judy, the millimeter. Boy, you old ladies had me cracking up. I
Girl, Miss
enjoyed
Judy
it.
had my throat hurting. Look, hold on one second. I see my girl is in the house, Donna Davis. Guys, give her a shout out. She always support me. She never come in the comments, but she always support me.
If birds of a feather flock together, couldn't be more true. Couldn't be more true. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here so we can take a peek at something else. We're not gonna do the whole stream because this is making me sick to my stomach. But let's just skip ahead here a little bit to see what some of the other panelists had to say. Let's see. Because there was another lady that came up and I was just dumbfounded. I couldn't believe my ears. Whew, let's see. I think this is where it was.
As what they are doing is they lifting one up to tear down another. And you know you can't do that because what goes around come around, and what you are doing, and I talk about it all the time on my platform, when you start handling yourself, because revenge is mine, says the Lord, right? So when you start handling yourself, then what you do, you start tying up God's hands, right?
Yeah, because God had a different plan. God has a different plan than us, and sometimes the punishment that He's going to give that person would be more just than what you call yourself trying to do. And I feel like how this is being handled has, from the beginning to now, has nothing to do with God and never had anything to do with God.
No.
Someone saw a group and a demographic of people, and they capitalized off of it.
That's
Because
all
at
it was
the end
about.
of the day, if
Hello.
you believe in God, you don't need to activate a fan base. If you believe in God, you don't need to use others to tear others down. If you believe in God, if you
Okay, this is where I wanted to have a discussion on as well. They were talking about how um, the way Melody has been doing things and carrying herself is not of God and was not ordered by God. She clearly said that God said go and she left. So from there forward, after that divorce was final, nothing else matters after that but doing what she's been doing for her children. Martell's feelings don't matter no more. If he's still salty, little Sally Saucer sitting in the water, crying and shit, that's not on Melody. If the Melometers and her fan base and followers and supporters want to activate and push back and protect her and circle the wagons and defend her and stand on business with her, so be it. Who is anybody to say that that's not ordered by God? How do you know she was not led to do what she's doing by God? Melody does not have control over what other people do. Okay? All she's trying to do is make sure she stays straight so her shorty stays straight. This is what I mean by basic, myopic group think beehive mentality by Black women. And this sets us back 500 years, back to when Massa would use us as a commodity to place us in his bed at night to warm up the sheets so he can have his fun when his wife was not up to satisfying him. When Mrs. Massa, couldn't fit the bill, when he had a taste for a different type of sexual gratification, he would come and force our ancestors to partake in his demented sexual proclivities. And that's in essence how Martell behaved toward her when she refused to reward his disrespectful, disgusting behavior with fellatio as he commanded from her. Okay? We're not back in Jim Crow days where it's still legal to beat your wife on the steps of the courthouse. Okay? Women are not property or like cattle, livestock. Well, just crack that whip over them and get them on in the stable. And, at least you feed them, water them down, they'll be all right. Put them in the stable and turn the light off. Unbelievable. I can't. So that's pretty much it for right now. I might come back for a part two. I'm gonna go perusing around here so I can get some dinner going, take care of my family and myself, and we might come back and pick this up and finish out this live stream here. We left off on a 39.17 time marker stamp. But ladies, let's talk about it. We need a straight in here. And stay tuned because I might post another part to this and we can finish it out. Um, but yeah, so Queen Common Sense, this is just a test drive to see how um, presentation mode is going to work for me, live streaming, I'm sorry, and uploading Premiere. Y'all tell me what you think, if you like it, if you don't. Uh, I'm trying to blow the dust off my little channel here. So, bye-bye for now. One love. Keep it funky. Always tell the truth. And don't let nobody goddamn gaslight you. Peace.